Well, you guys are the finalists. The final four, the people who made it all the way through, and the four of you get to compete for $25,000. Throughout this entire season, you guys have really poured your hearts into every single challenge, and you guys are all outstanding artists. So I hope you guys walk away from this competition knowing that and really owning that. And I've seen amazing transformation in each one of you guys throughout this entire season. So you should be proud of yourselves. Let's get to the main challenge explanation, the finale challenge explanation. So in this challenge, you guys will have 10 hours to complete a painting over the course of 2 days. So you guys will have all tomorrow for 6 hours and then 4 hours on the final day to put the finishing touches on your painting. And with that, you guys have complete freedom. You can pick whatever size you want. You could do it on paper, you could do it on canvas. You can do it on a circle, you could do it on a square, on a rectangle. You could do it on plexiglass, you could do it on aluminum, you could do it on whatever you guys want to do. This is your chance to shine. This is your chance to create a masterpiece, to really wow everyone with your art. So you guys, obviously, you know yourself the best. You know what you want to communicate in your art. You know what you want the world to know about yourself. But Ellie and Dimitra are masters, and they're here to give you guys advice for how to best communicate yourself in 10 hours. So of course, this is a limited amount of time, as usual, as with each of these challenges. So they're here to help you guys with that.
So what I would do if I were you, I would paint something that you have been wanting to paint for some time now, just something that you are very excited about and that really will kind of stretch you, and it might even scare you a little bit. And maybe that's like the size of the canvas or the subject matter you're choosing to paint, but just choose something that is not playing it safe. Like you're going to really just wow people with it, and it's something that you feel very strongly about and you're very excited to paint.
This may sound like the opposite, but what I would do if I was in your situation is just be you and don't treat this challenge any different than you doing your, very best painting for yourself. And I wouldn't try too hard at it. I wouldn't think, oh my gosh, it's a challenge, I gotta do something so extra. I would pick up with a thread that you've already felt. You already are somewhere in your creativity. You already have something, and continue from that. I would kind of find some sort of thread that really feels like you, because it is so open-ended. You could almost mess yourself up, like trying too hard and going too far outside of what is your very best work. You guys are all fantastic artists, and I think Dimitra's advice about being really excited about what you're doing is great. If you're gonna make a source, how I know when something's gonna be good, almost every time I know this painting is gonna be, I'll make a bunch of sources. I'll make, maybe 5, 6, 8 sources in a night, all at once. And then there's always one in there that I'm just so excited to paint. Like I can't take my eyes off it. I'm just fascinated to do it. But usually for me, I have to make a bunch of sources to find that one that really stands out. And so I have found that quantity in a short period of time pulls out the quality. And that's how I know, what I'm really supposed to paint. You're in a good spot that you have 2 days to do it, so you don't have to do it all a prima.
Exactly.
So I highly recommend that you have 6 hours on the first day, is I would get to the oil at least have 2 hours of the 6 hours that you're in oil on the first day, so that layer can dry, and then you're gonna spend the 4 hours in oil the next day. You know what I mean? So some of you, like Esther, if you have too much time, sometimes you might overwork or overdo something. So think about that as you're planning out your piece, because maybe you can do something more, more epic than you normally do, or,
Bigger. Esther's never spent 10 hours before on a painting, so we'll see.
Have you ever spent 10 hours on a painting?
No, like 6 is a max.
Yeah.
Wow. All right, we'll see.
Nap time will be happening in here.
So in this challenge, because you guys made it to the finale, you guys will get to listen to music. We want you guys to produce your very best work.
Can we listen to our own music?
You can listen to your own music in headphones the entire 2 days. So
I'll pull them out and say hi once in a while, okay?
I might be dancing and singing and stuff.
That's okay, that works.
I really get into my creative flow with music. It's such a big part of my process. And it was really a challenge the whole season not to have music. I didn't realize how almost painful it was.
You guys have 6 hours today to paint and have fun. I hope you guys have fun. You guys get to listen to music. You guys have a lot of freedom with this challenge. You get to just completely express yourselves with no limitations. This is your chance to create your masterpiece. So can't wait to see what you guys create. And your guys' challenge begins in 3, 2, 1, go.
Probably my biggest challenge was to find that peaceful place in myself and just really enjoy it. And I think the last maybe 3 or 4 episodes, I was like really feeling the joy in, you know, creating the art.
It was like really big narrative paintings. I think it was okay to spend 10 hours in it, and probably it would be even better to spend a little bit more if I can let this layer, the oil layer, to dry. Layers is something I like the most in the process. That's why I love acrylic stage, because like I put it and it dries, and I put it over, and I can put over like brush strokes a million times, and that's how I get this like 3-dimensional, like super textured, brush strokey stuck look. Can I borrow this? Yeah. Oh, no, this one. Yeah.
When you're not given any parameters and you can do it whatever you want, you really start to think, like, what am I going to do for 10 hours? So I think it helped being told to kind of, this is your chance to do your thing. What have you been doing and what have you wanted to do?
My inspiration actually came from the last challenge. I feel that I had a breakthrough with that. I really resonated with the piece, and I just had a lot more ideas using kind of the same concept, but in a little bit of a different way.
I had this idea, honestly, for quite some time. I was really trying to push myself in the last couple of months, really like study the form and work more on the portraits, and not just like put the face in the source, but actually draw the face first, like in different position, and try to make a source on the paper, basically sketching and then transferring one sketch into another sketch, and like playing with the same image over and over and over again, and see how it just develops as my hand goes. If I draw this face like 3, 4, 5 times until like I like it, maybe as I approach the painting, it will have like more meaning and more thoughts into that as well, because I'm already like really familiar.
What it means to me, and something that has spoken to me throughout this whole experience, is that she kind of represents me looking to the heavens and communicating upward, you know, through prayer, and the bird flying up is kind of my prayers going up, and all of the color and everything coming back is like love coming back down from heaven.
The first part that was really hard was I liked everything, and it gets really busy and really crowded, and then trying to calm it down, because I really wanted to get more abstracted and use a palette knife, and I've been playing around with kind of abstract backgrounds.
It started out not sort of going to plan.
Dry, damn you!
I put down a lot of modeling paste and a lot of collage, and it wasn't really drying quick enough, so I felt myself fighting with it and getting a little anxious.
You put them back. In.
Yeah.
I like it.
Thanks. How's it going, Barb?
Good. I'm switching to oil. I can't help it, but it's still wet.
Cool.
So that's all wax and oil.
Oh.
And to get that and then scrape back to all that color, I gotta do it.
Yeah.
So,
Super cool. Thanks. Have you seen any other peach, like colored spray paint?
Maybe I need a break too.
It's looking really cool, Esther.
It just doesn't go the way I want.
Mine's not drying either.
Yeah, mine is not drying too. Like I see this like ripped pieces of collage.
Yeah, same. That's why mine's coming off where I've done modeling paste.
I think it's the surface.
Yeah. We all have one in there. I think it's so interesting that you
Nobody told me there was a meeting.
come sit with us. It's having a break.
Yeah. Oh, gold leaf.
You know, sometimes you start a painting, like you in your head, you know exactly how it's going to go, and then you go do something silly like collage. Well, like you can't actually see any of it. I love your daisies, Esther.
It's sunflowers.
I love your sunflowers. Are you straight into oil?
Yeah. And wax.
Oh wow. Well, your city's looking amazing.
Oh yeah, I want to go see it.
Your little village.
And it should dry by tomorrow. That's the nice thing. We got tomorrow to.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do.
It's very Esther-esque.
Is he meant to be more blendy? Like he's sort of mysterious?
He's the moon.
He's the moon. Got it.
He's the moon and the stars and all of it. He's a mystery. Mystery man.
What did you do that's speckly blue, like on his edge? On the bottom? Is that just alcohol?
Yeah.
Acrylic?
Yeah, look done.
Maybe you guys can come look at it though and tell me if anything sticks out.
I was thinking, hey, do you guys all want to collaborate on each other's paintings? All right, carry on.
Right.
Definitely decided that when I get home to my studio, I'm gonna have to give myself like a random theme generator, so I've got something to go from so that I'm not like completely open. Because all these challenges it's forced me to be more decisive, I think, in painting.
Why I did it?
Why you did what?
I just splatter gold on background. It was completely dumb move.
I've been asking myself these questions all day. Why? Why did I do that?
I think we're just tired, Elena.
Yes.
We're making not the wisest choices.
Why do I keep doing architecture? What's wrong with me?
What time is that? Maybe I should glaze and deal with this guy in oil. Oh.
You starting oil?
I think I'm start to overwork and do worse, so.
Can I use your gal kit? Thank you.
I'm trying not to overwork it, because I already feel like I kind of did, but we'll see. It has been relaxing today though. It's been so nice. Just like, yeah, there's a time limit, but it's lots of time, so it's not been like rushing anything, which is great.
I like texture.
I know I should really be doing this part in oils, but I've come this far. And I think I'm about to go to oils anyways. I love these brushes. Really, really love them. They're so good for like doing dry brush, even though the brush isn't super dry.
It's even Steven. It's just all unique, all different. And it was kind of fun seeing everybody do their thing.
This whole competition, I've grown so much. I've seen, just how far I can push my limits.
You don't really get to the breakthrough if you stop and give up. So I really wanted to make it work today.
It's really fun process just to see how paintings develops and what it wants to be, and how all of the prep work and all of the like little doodles and sketches can play a huge role into like boosting new ideas.
I was really excited about the source, and then I started painting it, and oh my gosh, by the end of the day, I just saw nothing but trouble.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it.
I think I was trying to combine realism with abstraction, and I really want to go there, but doing it during a competition, what was I thinking?
All right, everyone, you have 1 minute and 20 seconds remaining in this first part of the last main challenge.
I'm okay with the fact that I didn't get to oils yet.
Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and tools down. How are you guys feeling? You guys feel good?
That was hard.
It's okay.
It was not my best round, but I'm okay. We'll get there tomorrow. We'll get there. We will. I think it's really cool. I like how you're leaving her skin like different colors, and I love her leg and how you can see the neon and stuff, and I would kind of leave that, like, don't cover it all up when you get, oh, you are in oils, but as you finish it.
Should I bring some of those?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking is, yeah, like I think the city, it would just be more interesting, have a more like stronger voice to it if you had like your style, like your abstract elements that you do.
Yeah. A lot of them got covered to get the perspective right, and now it's like, shoot. So I can go back and get it.
Okay, this sounds like the opposite of what Dimitra just said. So my thought of what I was gonna say is I don't feel the need to have skin tone, but to me, the first thing I thought of is she fell down the steps and skinned her knee and her shoulder, and she's like sitting there with her eyes closed in total pain.
Okay. Oh my gosh, that is so dramatic.
Is that wrong?
I mean, you wouldn't leave, probably wouldn't leave all.
Okay, so be wary of that.
Yeah.
Okay, just file it away.
Yeah.
And it does look like a bloody knee.
Yeah. It seems funny that I do get bright reddish colors on their knees. So got it. I don't know why. And it wasn't on purpose, so okay.
You gotta make her a blue blood.
Yeah, something there. There you go.
I like how you're painting something that really makes you happy. I think that's gonna make for a really successful piece. I think the city and the depth of how you painted it and drew it's really working. The figures, you know, great in proportion, all that. So yeah, it just needs some finishing. Yeah, some things I would be like thinking about, and I think you can deal with them in terms of contrast is how I would, is you kind of these two lumps. I mean, they're necessary compositionally, I think, but you just have to watch how they come. Like, so you have the lump in the front and then the lump in the back.
Yeah.
And so I would look at the source or what you're looking at and see like the shape of it, and don't oversimplify the shape so it just has this like oversimplified lump. Like, you're gonna have to really look at the contour so that we know it's like, okay, that's a rocky hill or whatever.
Yeah.
And then the tree behind her, like right now, I know it's not worked on and this will change, but as you change it, just make sure that it fades out behind her and it doesn't jump too much in front. Because right now I'm like irritated, like that thing's on my head.
There's a lot of contrast.
Yeah, and she hasn't even started.
Yeah.
But yeah, that tree.
Yeah, I know it'll
overwhelmed
get like
me.
that.
So yeah. Okay.
And then I would add the contrast where you want us to look.
Got it.
In the branches that are closest to us, and I would fuzz out the ones that are further away.
Good. Okay.
Yeah.
I think just something I'm like seeing, this could be like kind of a narrative painting if you had something coming, like we just see the wisp of something, like maybe it's like a dove wing or something where like she's watching because she's like looking that way.
It does absolutely lend itself to a narrative. So if you want to go in that direction, but you got to be careful, because if it's too much, then it could wreck it.
I don't think it could be too much. It just depends on what, if that's all blurred out and like less contrast and you have something in the foreground, I don't think it'll be too much. But to me, she looks like she's dreaming and like looking off somewhere. I don't feel like I got a totally different story than.
Okay. Did you say a wing?
Yeah, like maybe like just like the a motion of a wing of a bird like going off.
Okay.
So she's like staring at a bird.
Got it. Got it. Okay.
Yeah, it's really cool. Well, I really love it. I think it's very cool. And I think you could easily finish it in like a couple hours. Like, it looks like you got a lot done, so. And it looks just like your source. It's very, very cool.
Yeah, I was really surprised. I was able to get it so close.
Yeah, I guess my main caution for you would just be, don't be tempted to overwork it. I would say you're gonna want, like, if you just sit and stare at it and really get a feel for what of the red abstract needs to come forward and what needs to come back, and really kind of push the depth of that to get a lot more like volume in there. And I feel like, I mean, you're not done yet, but I feel like this area needs to be like brighter, like a brighter passage.
Okay.
Because it can be really emotional then with red, like with color, you can, like as it stands now, of course it's not finished, so I'm not putting you down, but as it stands now, the red doesn't like, punch me or do anything, and I think with red, with depth of warm and cool and the purity of color and glazing versus scumbling and all that, and just really investigating all the different red and what you can do with red, utilizing opera pink and throwing that into red, utilizing the opus pink, because those are both warms, and throwing that into like pyrroline, like opus pink and pyrroline will make like and getting that, you know, really in there. You can almost use opera pink. You have that, right, from Holbein? Yeah. So you can use the opera pink almost as a neutral, and you can throw it into some kind of magenta to amp it up but cool it off. Like if you wanted to get this sort of in here but have it be cool and behind the bee.
Yeah.
Whereas you could pop it here and here to bring it forward. So really messing with the temperatures of the reds is something I would do, and don't overwork it. And I would really get those bees to pop.
Yeah, but like all this like stuff you have in the background, just don't even touch it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't even.
Don't overdo it.
Most of it looks like done to me, but I do agree about the red. That would make it. Yeah, like if you just have some area of like refinement, but just leave everything else.
Okay. Yeah, I just started glazing, so I'll really work on that area tomorrow and make the bees pop.
And I think you can get her bun to really like pull forward with like ultramarine blue into black, you know, like really warm it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, like right here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Super cool.
Yeah, good job.
Thank you. It's really beautiful. I really love just everything that you're doing, and I think it's going to be a super powerful painting. I think just the moon that you have, I like how in the source here it's like more like less defined, and it comes and goes, and there's like scribbles and stuff, and it has like more like ochre and less bright yellow. So I like how it is in the source, and like you can see his face a little bit more. So personally, I think it would look like that area would be really different if you did it like that.
I really love it too. I love the storybook narrative feel to it, and like all the mystery, and I think it's gonna be a really cool painting. A couple things that I sort of like better in your source than your painting is the color. In your source, it's basically a dominant red painting, and then like I don't see blue in your source. It feels like gray.
Well, like in her dress, it's like a periwinkle blue.
Yeah,
it's a really cool combination.
It's a very cool combination. And her hair also, like the ends are red, and then she has white in the hair. So I know you're not done, you know, so I'm just saying this like, but the way that you did the sunflowers and the blues, and it's like super colorful. So as you refine it, I think that it'll look more sophisticated and adult and like higher end.
Very sellable.
More sellable if you stick with the palette instead of getting too colorful with it, with all those yellows and oranges and blues. And
even with the flowers, like this is a great like bright underpainting, but if you went with these like just grayed out yellows, I don't know how to describe that, but if you had that on top, like I love this combination. It's really cool.
Yeah, and then the other thing that I think I would be just really careful about is how you paint him and how you paint her, because it does have a slightly creepy old man, young girl vibe. Oh. And
yeah, I just realized that.
And he's like touching her in a very intimate way. And so I would try your best to make him look younger and her look older. She looks like a child and he looks like he's 35 and he's, you know. So if it goes too far in that direction, you know, people will just sort of subconsciously not like it, you know?
I think to make her look older, just like don't have her cheeks so round.
Yeah, your drawings look, this drawing here, she looks older and he looks younger.
In your drawing.
They look closer in age, like they look the same age there. So I would get them closer in age. And I think his jaw being so sharp up makes him look like an old man, you know, a skinny old man. So in the source, his jaw is a little fleshier and straight out. Give her more bone structure and less of a fleshy face, and then make his face less bony and a little more fleshy. And I think that's how you can get him looking younger and her looking older.
Okay, thank you.
I think it's super cool, super well done. It's gonna be great. Don't lose heart. Okay, here's how you fix it. Is you take a picture of that, you go back into your source in your computer and you make a new source, changing and shifting the color, but not diverting from what you have. So I don't know, like if it was mine, I would just take a picture of that and I would play with it in Pixelmator till I see a solution that I like. Because I think like this is a little bit of a hard sell with the orange. Yeah. That color combination, and this is very difficult to pull off in painting with that orange. So you would have to like wait for this to, if you wanted to pull this off, you would have to wait for that to completely dry. Then you would have to mix Indian yellow and transparent orange with a little bit of orange earth kind of mixed together as a glaze. You would glaze all that. Then you would have to cool it off and kind of try to mix the same thing with transparent yellow and alizarin and raw umber, and you know, try to like kind of get that combination. And then this would be like yellow earth you know, cool, like to cool that off. So you'd have to play with glazes of warm and cool, which will take some time to get the right colors, and glazing that, and you'd have to glaze this all back to knock it all back. In fact, I'd get it all cool. I wouldn't make that warm. I would just get it all cool, and I would knock it all back. Then you almost don't have time to let that dry, right? Because then you gotta like dry. So it is pretty difficult to pull off, because you almost need another layer. I mean, if you don't glaze this, maybe it could work. But anyway, I would play around with, because it is kind of hard. And then on her face, I feel like she doesn't have that like everyman face. Like it's a very specific face.
I don't know.
I think you made it more everyman except for the mouth. The mouth and the chin.
Just because of the chin here, like she has like a...
I think, yeah, I think this part is more, this is very specific. And so, anyway, I would like, if we cover that up, that looks really like, it could be anybody. But in the lower mouth, it looks really, really specific.
I just think there's too much space here, like if the chin and jaw, like if it was just, or the mouth got bigger.
If something's off
I think the mouth just needs to be bigger, maybe.
You can also tonight, like, oh, and I think it's the angle, like the angle here. Like her chin has to be further out.
No, that would make it look weird.
That would make it worse?
Yeah, don't.
It was looking really pointy, that's why I kind of...
Yeah. No, you fixed the chin. I just think the mouth needs to be bigger. And maybe like, I would maybe even shave it a little bit more, but I don't know.
You'll fix it.
I did modeling paste. I don't know what I did first up, and it just took forever to dry, and then everything I did on top of it was peeling off.
Oh, no.
So I was desperately trying to dry it off, and that's why I didn't move to oils, and I just...
You have 4 hours tomorrow.
Yeah, I know. I feel okay.
And you have a whole night to like figure out what your game plan is.
Yeah.
So I would just take a good picture of this, mess around with your computer, get a vision for it. Because I would divert a little bit from that.
I think this could be tasteful rainbow. If you had more white.
So maybe back here needs to be more neutrals.
Because I was half thinking, do I glaze in a bunch of really dark areas?
I don't know, I would play with it on your computer and see what you think it needs. But, I mean, you got most of the basis down, the hard part down, so. Another thing you can do, I do this sometimes, is take a picture, when you take a picture of the whole thing, I'll superimpose a different mouth and chin and then print that out, and it's so easy to flip it.
Yeah, I'm definitely not liking her mouth. I thought it was really cool in the source with this red and blue, but yeah, it's not easy to paint it. She looks a bit like horsey or something.
Horsey! Yeah, I was gonna say that. It's like horsey and the jaw is horsey.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, she is horsey. She's like...
Yes.
I mean, you don't know her, do you?
No.
All right. You'll fix it though.
It's gonna get you.
I believe in you, you got it. These are all good, you guys did great.
Yeah, it's very exciting.
I played around with my source, took a picture of it, and cut out this and cut out that and put this here and put that there. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. I was excited. I could hardly sleep. Not out of nervousness, but excitement. I really wanted to get this painting done. Sort of how it had gone with that 6 hours, I sort of had lost my vision for it. And I was feeling a little like, I don't think I can endure another 4 hours of this feeling.
I succeeded on pushing myself a little bit further again, because I was really tempted to do something more simple, but then I decided it's not going to be challenging enough, so I was really trying to make myself more troubles. So I have like, so I can actually like do the whole 10 hours and like be painting.
I had gotten critique the day before from Ellie and Dimitra, and it was great feedback, but then I was wondering like if I would be able to pull it off. and do the things that they said without messing it up.
I really wanted to enjoy it. Like, it's the last time painting in the studio, and yeah, I just really wanted it to turn out as something beautiful that someone would want on their wall, as opposed to something I was feeling pretty overwhelmed by.
I kind of was hesitant to start when I first came in. I wasn't sure what to do first.
All right, everyone, this is your final day of painting. This is what it's all come down to. You guys have created some really beautiful pieces so far, and you have 4 hours left to finish them. I can't wait to see how these turn out. I think that they all look really wonderful. Some of you guys have made some plans to make big changes, and others are just sticking with what they've got and refining, trying not to overwork. So can't wait to see it. I think that you guys should be very proud. You guys are a really outstanding and amazing group of artists. So
Thanks.
With that, let's get to today's challenge. Your guys' last challenge, the last 4 hours on the outstanding artist, begins in 3, 2, 1, go.
And you straight.
Oh my gosh, Barb. I think emotionally this has been really challenging too, because I don't know, it's been a roller coaster, and I don't know.
It takes a lot of endurance.
Yeah. It's like when you think you can rest and have time to process it, but then you don't.
Yeah, no time.
You have to dive back in. Yeah.
How's it been getting to work with music this time?
So nice.
It really makes a difference.
I got used to working without it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Wow, Barb, right out of the gate with some big, bold palette knife moves.
To actually be together for a month with all these artists and get to know them, it's really hard. To compete against people that you've gotten to know, that was really hard, and I didn't expect that.
I really don't like to rush, especially when I'm creating, because I like to be intuitive and go with my gut and really feel things out and discover, my next step. It's really been a challenge, this whole competition, to have a time limit. But in this last challenge, it was so nice to have a lot of time to just really create at ease and just really feel it and enjoy the process to create my best piece.
It was a lot of changes that took place, a lot of growth. Usually, as we paint, we make one great painting, one really great breakthrough painting, and then there's a whole cycle to the next one. And here we're pushed to hit one breakthrough after another just to keep going. And it was just interesting to see how much quicker you can get there if you put the work and intention towards it, and you can speed up the creative process. You can speed up the walls and breakthroughs if you're really willing.
I spent a lot of time playing around with color and checking proportions and making sure that the model that I had looked as good as it could on the canvas.
details now.
One of the biggest obstacles would be self-doubt and negative self-talk, like really blocking it out and learning to surrender in that moment and just like really like quiet all the negative chatter that goes on in your mind when you look around the room and you see you're comparing yourself with what other people are doing.
You have to think like we've been away from our homes and away from our families. We've all been living in this house together for a month and just adjusting to the new environment and then having to go compete. It's been a lot harder than I anticipated it being. And just competing and knowing you can't have a bad painting day.
Learning what you're made of, I mean, it would have been easy to bail. It was harder to stay.
Wow, Elena, completely changed the color story.
Yeah, I just decided to just try and get it closer with acrylic and then I'll juice it up with some oil.
Looks good.
Thank you. I'm still not liking her mouth, but I think it's just her mouth.
I think how difficult the challenges actually are, because like when you watch them you think, oh, you know, you could, like, that's pretty easy, just like collaborate with someone or like do this or knock out whatever challenge we're doing. But like when you're actually doing, there's a time restraint and you're like, I don't know what I'm doing, I'm just gonna do this, that, and it's like it's way harder than it actually looks. So definitely underestimated that part.
The little cheek right here. Yeah, he definitely looks younger.
Okay, dark hair also helps.
Mm-hmm. Not the Skeletor anymore.
Skeletor.
Well, it has been 1 hour and 5 minutes. You guys have 2 hours and 55 minutes remaining.
It's safe to say I don't know how to use collage without covering it up.
Have all this motivation and inspiration to like create and to be the best that you can be. And I think in this competition, that's like what we were all doing. We just put our whole heart into it and just like leave it all on the canvas.
You think you paint fast until you're doing stuff like this, because it's like, I'd say I paint pretty fast, but I paint in a lot of layers. You know, as you're moving through your system, it's like, oh yeah, I'm a fast painter. I can get a couple paintings done every week. And then they're like, 4 hours, make this look good. And you're like, oh, okay.
I guess a positive thing that I've learned about myself is that I feel like I have a lot more energy inside me than I sometimes think I do. Like, we really had to pull it out of ourselves to just like really create a good piece, even though you're exhausted and you're just so drained emotionally and physically. And I think that was the most surprising part for me.
I just spent so much time alone, so it was really, this was like my first introduction back to people, and it was artists and watching everyone overcome things and really grow. That has been super, super cool. I've never been a part of anything like this.
It's something that we all have to do on a daily basis is, you know, give ourselves a pep talk and carry on, you know, give it your best shot.
I'm a controversial person too. I only like painting things once. That's right too.
2 hours left. 2 hours to finish your masterpiece, to leave your mark on this season and on the world.
All this pressure is what's made me get this.
The sketches are different though.
Oh, okay.
It's not like I'm replicating the same thing, and it's hard, and that's why it's challenging, because once I paint like one source, like I'm done with it, like I'm not interested, but I just draw the same face over and over and over again, and I change her hair, I change her skin, I change some of the face features. Every time I was drawing her differently. And then I had like a pile of sketches of this girl that I could utilize, and I was deciding which elements to incorporate in the painting and which not.
Ellie said to make a whole bunch of sources, and then the next morning when they went to paint, like what they might want to paint, and I actually did that, and that is good advice. That was helpful. I'd never done that before.
I spent a lot of my free time working on pencil sketches to do stuff very, very fast, watching like, especially Esther, like Esther and Elena can like whip out a face or a person or anything in like 20, 30 minutes and it looks, I mean, really good. I think that's a good skill to like be training and be mindful of.
You may not realize actually how strong you are and what cool things you have to offer, and it's definitely worth taking the risk to find that out about yourself.
You guys have 1 hour, 30 minutes.
Get out of your head and have confidence. One of the things that helped was other artists struggling with the same thing, like stressed out, and we'd talk on the porch or, you know, compare sources and bounce ideas off of each other. And that's what makes it so wonderful to be in a community of artists.
So I feel that it has been, quite a journey with letting go of what other people might think of me, or, it's out there now, I have no idea what kind of footage is being caught and how it's going to translate to the audience, but like it's out of my control. I've put my whole heart into it, so I'm hoping that that comes across.
Who are you rooting for?
No, I feel exactly the same.
It's hard because I'm super close to them all.
There's the laughter around the kitchen table and the teasing and the joking that goes on, and
I've just built a relationship with everyone here, and I have no idea who Art Club will connect with. I'm just so proud of all of them.
That's a harder question. So first of all, they are all just amazing artists, and so I'm glad that I'm not the one judging.
Every night you could see Elena, in the living room working and, thinking up sources and doing whatever she could to like make the most excellent, piece of artwork she could.
I don't know, they're all so great. Like, it's so hard to say. I would say I'm rooting for Esther. Even though I love the underdog story, if Esther had 25K, she'd be doing some really crazy stuff, and I want to see what kind of stuff that is.
Beth. Yeah, that dark hair makes him younger. And the moon come out.
Yeah, I think so.
He looks like the painter Marc Chagall.
He does?
Yeah, you'll have to look him up.
Oh, I know Marc Chagall.
Yeah.
Really
Oh, I love him. Nice. Pretty. Okay.
Jake, can we have the time, please?
You guys have 47 minutes left.
Thank you.
I'm already fucking paint.
I was just gonna say sparkle, sparkle. Well, more on the painting and less on your face.
Yeah, I know. I know, it's all over me.
Though it's nice on the face, but.
Hey, Bob.
There's the bees.
Yeah, they're coming.
Oh, and the hint of the green leaf, I love it.
Just wish I would have done more on the bees yesterday because it's getting all mushy.
Yeah.
And like they're so tiny and even their little feet, you know, are like.
I know, I was yelling at myself. Another tiny face? What's wrong with you?
Oh, it's looking so good though.
Jeez.
This is a message for Asia, okay? I've watched you the whole season and gotten to know you on a deeper level, and I've just seen the shock on her face when she wins some of the challenges and stuff. I just want to tell her that you are so incredible, and it was such a pleasure to get to know you on a deeper level, and you have just blown it out of the water with every single challenge you've done.
I'm just so proud of her. I am it's so emotional because she's always thinking about other people, and she always sees the really best things in others, and then doesn't think that of herself. And so I just am I've seen her grow through this competition and get more confidence.
On the face there.
Yeah.
Definitely a little bit brighter.
Okay.
Maybe a little bit more yellow.
Okay. Yeah.
You really stuck to your guns, and you really just had your voice heard through every piece, and I just I think that's such an inspiration. So I'm rooting for Asia, Team Asia for sure.
It's not up to me, but I also think they're all winners already. And so whoever wins this is gonna be it's gonna be awesome, and I'm gonna come out here either way and celebrate with them.
Correct.
Oh, whoops. I say a lot. How can 10 hours not be enough?
Can you tell me if you think the teeth are okay?
The teeth? Yeah, let's see.
I don't want to make it too much exactly like the sauce because...
Yeah, you don't want it to be super sharp.
Yeah, they're really sort of buck teeth.
Mm-hmm.
So I was trying to soften them a little.
Mm-hmm. It's definitely better than the source.
Sweet.
Yeah.
It's fine. I don't want to go making too many drastic
you have 27 minutes. So as long as she looks pretty, they're not all going to see the source, you know?
True.
To overpaint to this guy's face 3 times. He was always missing something. It's basically making 2 paintings, one really bad and then one over that fixes it.
You got 4 people, and what if it's only a point apiece? How can you say anybody didn't win? But if I do win, I'm buying a camper and traveling the world painting. So, just saying.
It's not been easy to get past the fear that I'd lived with for a long time, and I think it's really important for people to grow and to have the chance at happiness and being fulfilled. I'm having last-minute nostril issues. It's pretty freaky. It's a couple brush strokes just messed it up, and now it's all mushing, so it's hard to get it back.
But it's really not that big of a deal, honestly.
You mean right now?
No, I mean you can fix it for sure. But.
Yeah. It's just the small little things at the last minute get super nerve-wracking.
I guess I didn't want to have my hopes too high next to Esther and Asia and Barb. I remember seeing Barb's work when I first came in, and I was like,
oh great, this is gonna be really hard to beat. Being able to compete with them in terms of like, you know, making it to the end was cool.
But it's still like 15 minutes, right? 15 minutes-ish?
Try 8 minutes.
No. 8 minutes?
Yeah.
Oh no. Okay.
5 minutes. 5 minutes. The last 5 minutes of painting in season 2, The Outstanding Artist. 5 minutes that could determine whether or not you win $25,000. 4 artists, $25,000, 1 winner. 1 year from now.
1 year. 1 year. It's going to be fun every month to watch the episodes. That'll be neat. I think I'm going to have a family party and have everybody come over and we'll watch them.
It's going to be way more fun to find out in a year. And I think it will take like so much pressure out of all of us, just like watching and rewatching all of this and like traveling back in time.
1 minute remaining in season 2 of The Outstanding Artist.
Part of me is like, oh, I want to know, but really the artist in me just wants to start painting.
10 hours of painting.
Will it be enough?
10 seconds.
Oh my God.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Brushes down.
Ah! Woohoo, you guys! Woohoo! Look at her peel. Beautiful.
Wow.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
We did it. Oh, yours looks so good, Barb. Are you happy with it?
Oh, it's so bright.
Bright?
But I want color.
You have color.
I got color.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say there's definitely color.
There's definitely color.
I think it just makes it so cool because it's like more of a traditional idea with the city and stuff, but your cool texture and color and everything make it super modern.
I love the birdie.
You guys did it. You guys just finished.
I haven't like really analyzed yet what these last 2 pieces mean to me exactly, but I just love the idea that the girl just feels like a dreamer and someone not held by lines or boxes or walls, but just free to be and free to think and free to create.
Great, and your bees popped out.
The little dots are.
That little hint of green and blue in the hair because they
So much happier with it.
Yes. Oh, I love the colors.
You'll still be heard.
It's not. There's a few things I would maybe tone down a bit if it dried, and then I could glaze it. You know?
Right. But
I'm
her
really
face is
happy.
coming way forward.
Yeah.
Great.
I'm really happy with her.
Yeah, good.
She looks like she's shimmering. Do you have?
Yeah. It's like
No, it's
Pearl
just
dust?
the highlights. Yeah, it wasn't as smooth as some of the other challenges, but I'm really happy with how it turned out. Doesn't matter how hard I try, I can't escape pink and purple and
doing what?
can't. It's just what comes out.
I try to do a yellow painting and it turns out pink. What are you gonna do?
What are you? Paint pink?
I am very impressed with Asia's last painting, and I know she painted this from her gut and her heart, and she just really gave it her all. And I think she had a breakthrough piece before this, and it really shows. And I just think she did this she has excellent taste. It looks effortless, but she also has like some realism. So I don't know, I think it's a really amazing painting, and probably, in my opinion, this painting is the best one here.
Yeah, I don't know if it's the best one or not the best one, because there's so many that are really good, but I can definitely say it's my favorite. It's what I would want to put on my wall. It's the kind of art that I really love to look at and I respond to. And of course, I love red. I love how she did the red. I love the red mixed with all that white and gray and those kind of beigey pinks. I think the portrait is nearly flawless. It's nearly flawless all the way around. I honestly can't think of anything I would do to it to improve it. I think she did a really good job with the reds. Once this is varnished, it's gonna even look more incredible.
Juicy.
Yeah, I think that she had a real breakthrough with her last mountain piece.
Yeah.
And I think that it's been really rewarding and fun to see Asia really come out of her shell in her art, and probably that's happening on the inside as well. And I think just being in this environment with all these great artists has really pulled out the best in her.
Definitely.
And I didn't know before this that she was such a strong competitor.
Yeah.
And I mean, I knew she was a great artist, but I didn't know that she was
competitive.
You know, it's not like she has a competitive spirit. Like, she really cares and wants to, you know, win and do her best, and that kind of surprises me a little bit, but I like it, so I love it. I think she did an incredible job, and
it's a great piece to end on. I mean, it was her best one in the whole show. Like, she just got better and better.
Yeah. I definitely think she had a breakthrough, for sure. And it's super exciting to see what she paints next. Yeah.
So difficult, but so cool. I think we all just really interesting people. And we might seem like we're a little bit out of this world, which is like we are, but it's definitely the best environment and the best community you can find of, because it's just so alive and full of, I don't know, just hidden treasures all over in every single person.
Well, from when we last critiqued it, I can see that she really worked hard on it. She took our advice.
Yeah, she really listened.
Yeah, she implemented everything that we were saying. And I think it's a very, I think it's one of her best pieces. There's, you know, just some things in it that I wish weren't there, but overall it's a really powerful, impactful piece. And it's definitely one of her best pieces, but I guess some of there's a lot of outlining that's happening, and I don't know that I love that. But maybe that's just a personal preference. It has like a slight illustrative feeling.
But I think the texture and the brushstrokes really help offset that, you know? I think if it was really smoothy, blendy with all that outlining, it would definitely, and the imagery choice, it would definitely look illustrative. I think it looks like fine art personally because of the texture and the brushstrokes, and to me, it just looks stylized in a really good way. I think she did a great job. I'm happy that Esther, I would say her weaknesses as an artist, I've noticed, are compositionally, things tend to get too busy. This one's not busy.
Yeah.
You kind of almost don't know what to look at in some of her work. There's so much to look at, and there isn't some sort of strong message or focal point in a lot of her work, and this definitely has a very strong image that really grips you right away.
Yeah.
And it's very powerful, but it's dreamy. And I think that sometimes she doesn't have like a color theme or color story that's really strong and evident. Sometimes it's a little bit like almost like a pastel rainbow or something, and she has a very strong color story. So I think this is probably one of the most kind of mature looking, sophisticated pieces I've seen her do. I think she did a really good job. She definitely listened about, the older looking man to now a young boy that's the same age as her. I think she did a really good job kind of reimagining the features and the face of the guy. Now, just a little critique. So I think overall she did a fantastic job. The only thing I'm not loving in this piece is it has this kind of like dusty, dirty feel to it. Like she flicked too much white paint, and like maybe like in the reds over here, it just seems like kind of dusty, and like the reds aren't juicy enough or glazed enough.
I don't know. Like to me, there's like some really, really rich red areas, and she has like a lot of variation, and I think that makes it look sophisticated. True. So to me, like I like that kind of like flicks all over the
I like the flicks. I just think like I don't know, it's just a preference. Like this sort of bricky red, to me, this gets a little like, not rich looking. Like it needs an alizarin glaze back there or something to make it look glassy and rich. But it's kind of more, I'm a little bit of a red freak, and I have my preferences about that. So like I like glassy, juicy, sort of transparent red that you get lost in. But anyway, she did a fantastic job, and it really makes you think. Like it definitely has a powerful theme to it.
Yeah, I would say this is definitely one of her most sophisticated pieces that she's done.
Yeah, I think she also had a breakthrough, honestly, so that's exciting.
Why should I win? That's a really tough question.
I really think Alana has really shown herself throughout this competition, and she's really shown that she has a ton of skill and talent and vision. And I know that she struggled with this piece. She struggled with her source. She struggled with color a little bit, and she changed her mind a few times. And I feel like in the end, considering the struggle that she went through, I think she pulled off a successful piece. I mean, nobody looking at this would go, what is that? That's terrible. But for Alana, I know that she can do something a little more complex, a little more to it.
With more refinement.
Yeah, with more refinement. And I think the color story is a little bit, you just gotta like pink. If you really love pink and you can put pink in your house like this, you're gonna appreciate this piece. And I don't know that that's the best idea all the time, or any of the time, That's a big commitment to pink.
Yeah.
So I think that's not the best thing going for it. I think the mouth, she worked on it, and it's a big improvement from when we critiqued it, and the jaw and the chin and all that. But it's still, the mouth anyway, looks more like a specific person, and I feel like it's a little too dark or something. Something's funny in the mouth.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I mean, I know she's an amazing artist, and she's created some really, really beautiful pieces throughout the whole show. And yeah, you can just tell, like, just by looking at her other work, this one is not her strongest painting.
I feel like I stretched myself, and I couldn't have stretched any further, I don't think. Like, I really did put everything into it. And that's all I can ask of myself.
It's still sellable. I think someone could, still have this in their home.
Yeah.
But
overall, though, I think Alana did an incredible job, and I think that making it to the final round, I think she's really proud of herself and like feels like that's a really big accomplishment.
Yeah.
And I know that she was stretched a lot and she grew a lot, and it was really amazing to see that. And she has such a really great attitude, always throughout. And the thing about Alana is she really throws her whole heart into it. She gives everything her full effort.
Yeah, she doesn't settle.
Not that the other artists didn't. I mean, they did too. But I just know that like
she
Alana
really cares also.
Yeah, she'll stay up all night trying to make a source, or she just goes the extra mile. If there's an extra mile she thinks she can go.
Yeah.
So I really appreciate that about her. I think she's got an amazing career ahead, and she did a great job.
It's over. Oh, wow.
Barb definitely took a lot of our advice. I mean, she kind of worked on almost everything that we said. I think she fixed the tree. The girl does not look like she fell down the mountain and skinned her knee. She looks happy and relaxed.
She added a bird. She kind of fixed those round mountain areas. Yeah. I think overall it's a very beautiful painting with a very interesting color story, and I think it's a very sellable piece. Like a lot of people would hang this up in their home.
Yeah.
So she took like a regular kind of landscape but made it, I mean, I guess that's kind of her style. She takes like ordinary things but makes them really interesting.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I think the brush strokes are really beautiful. I think she did a really good job with the tree behind there. I know that was super irritating to her. Like when she first did the tree, she was just super frustrated, and you know, I think she's happy with how it came out, and you know, she fixed it. The only thing is there's something funny on her leg, like right here. Like that pops forward or something like that.
Oh, I see. I didn't.
There's
really
some sort
see it
of
before.
it's like too warm. It needs to cool off more there.
Don't compare yourself. It was happening from day one.
She really, I think, cared a lot about being in the show. She appreciated it. She was really honored that like we chose her, and she worked so hard to even get back in. She was painting on the days that she wasn't competing. She was in the studio working, building her skills, and I think it all paid off. And I'm really glad that she was the one who got back in. I think she definitely deserved it.
Yeah, yeah, me too. Really super cool story. And she gave every challenge her whole heart, and she didn't kind of like ever give up, you know?
Yeah.
And of course she was, you know, ahead most of the way, so that helps. But
she worked on staying ahead.
She worked on staying ahead.
Get comfortable and
she did a really good job, and I think throughout the whole competition she did really good. And it's just fun to see her be able to come back in and have to put those overalls back on.
Yeah.
You know, she loved so much. I think overall, all these pieces really, you know, came out really good, and it was really fun to see what they could do in 10 hours and 2 days, given all this freedom. Like, what did they really, you know, want to paint?
Everyone who's been following this whole series and has grown close to each of us artists, you know, through watching our experiences, I really hope that you're inspired, and that you will take a step forward into something that you really hope to do with your art career.
In other words, why do you deserve to win?
Because I'm just so great.
All right. Good. No, I'm just kidding. All right, Esther, out of here.
It does look different than others, but that's okay. That's what makes me unique.
Oh, I just would be so excited to win, and it would help kind of me realize that it's not just me that likes my art, that some other people might love my art.
Throughout my journey, I've been able to really find a peace within myself to challenge my negative thinking, challenge my doubts that I have in my own abilities, and really just focus on, you know, the positive that is around me, rather than giving any room for that. And I feel that an outstanding artist is someone who can, you know, sit with that dark part in themselves and shine the light on it anyway.
Like, I don't like selling myself. I think I'm outstanding just because of who I am and my successes and my struggles and my story.
I've definitely stepped outside my comfort zone because I wanted to learn and because I wanted to improve my skill and just who I am as a person.
This is my real first time to, oh my gosh, I'm retired, I'm not going back to school. I can just paint every day, whatever I want.
I just really hope that watching all of us, just normal people, putting it out there, I hope that you're encouraged to do the same and really just have you know, live your life to the fullest each day.
I don't know, I'm impressed. It was really fun to watch.
Yeah, I'm very impressed, and you can tell in these paintings they put their whole heart in. They really cared about being here and being, you know, the last 4 people. They all were like proud of that, so it was just really, really cool to see. I just really love this season too. I think it was just so much fun.
It was, yeah, definitely.
I'm just so grateful that I got this opportunity. It's been so amazing and literally life-changing. Whether I win or not, I don't regret any moment of this, and I'm just excited for what the future holds. So thanks for watching.